Hello, I am the Dark Master, and today I'll be reviewing a retro older set from 2012, Samurai Mech, set number 9448. I have decided to review this because of the recently released Legacy Wave version of the set, and I figured going back to the original is probably relevant at this point. The set comes with 3 minifigures. These are the original Samurai X, Bitar, and Snike. Let's start with the original Samurai X. And I hope I don't have to put spoiler warning, but she's Nia. One can tell even with her face covered. Samurai X's armor is also used on the Kendo Ninja. But this minifigure does it better, I think. It fits with samurais better than ninja. She has a helmet with a gold bucket handle and a red face mask. The torso print is sadly covered by the armor, but it's cool with a little more simple than future Nia's. Her face depicts a confident smile. The next minifigure is Batar, the Constructi warrior. Like all Serpentine generals, he has a unique head mold shared with the tribe's general Scalador, but with several printing differences. Firstly, his spikes are orange, not silver, and he has a scar on his right eye. His torso printing is really simplistic, with orange scales. He lacks leg printing and leg articulation. This is due to the fact that all Constructi all have short legs. These legs are black in Bitar. The final maiden figure is Snike, a Constructi scout. Like all Serpentine scouts, he has a regular minifigure head with a very serpent-like print, with wide eyes and a thick brow. His hairpiece resembles a snake tail, and was also used on the Fangpire Scout Snapper, but here it is molded in orange and gray, not white and red. Snike has orange torso printing with gray, black, and white scales. His short legs are orange. He can wield a silver battle mace. The other weapon was the Constructi Fangblade. It has a cool print, and I like how in the older sets they bothered to give the weapons names, which puts a little more personality in it, rather than just generic red katana, like in Sons of Garmadon. Now let's go on to the main build. On the villain's side, there's a simple catapult which can be used to fling one or the other Serpentine at the mech. It also has a small piece of plant material on the side, which is kind of cool and gives it a little more personality than just a generic catapult. But yeah, it's pretty generic. The rest of the build goes into the samurai mech that Neo rides around in. Starting from the bottom up, the mech has wide feet used to support its weight. Its knees are also unarticulated, with a few gears to give the suggestion of movement where there is none. I kind of understand why Lego refuses to give knees to larger mechs, but I feel that smaller mechs can easily get this, so it's kind of always been confusing to me. Why does the Legacy version not have knees? At the waist, there is armor in the form of these slope pieces. They have stickers, which are also used on the legs. They're alright. You could leave them off without much loss. There are 2 exposed blue pins, and that's a con on a non-blue set. But you really have to be nitpicky to think that it's a major con. They don't really affect the build in any way. Going back to the waist, the whole upper torso can be spun around, which helps to make up for the lack of knee articulation. Upwards, a spinner piece with a sticker on the middle depicts Nia's phoenix symbol. There are also a few hinge pieces that really serve no purpose other than aesthetics. On each side, there are train grills used as shoulder pads. On the left is attached a static lightning weapon. The other side is a functional cannon that shoots out a cannonball, which is very easy to lose, unfortunately. Both of these shoulder pads really emphasize the size of this mech, which I think is really good. Both arms are nearly identical with CCBS bone pieces on the upper arms and a brick-built lower arm, which have stickers that are fine, I guess. Open clips must be mentioned, as they will be considered a con by several people. The left hand has a sword which it can fling about. The right has claws that make up for the lack of a sword, and they can also be used to hold a unlucky minifigure. Back to the torso, there's a latch that can be flipped down when Neo wants to leave. The helmet replicates that which the minifigure wears. It hinges back along with the rockets and flag. There's a sticker and a slow piece, which is nice. It gives a little more detail, which is appreciated. The rockets can swivel around by a pin piece. On the helmet, there's a pair of horns that can be pushed back. There's also a flag which is so basic, I have nothing to say about it. In conclusion, is this set worth it? Well, it has a few uncovered blue pins and open clips. The back is pretty bare, and the villains are kinda weak. This is also an older set, so getting it can be quite expensive compared to getting more recent sets. I would get it if you can find it cheap, or you can get the legacy version. But that's a review for another day. This has been the Dark Master. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more LEGO reviews.